What are the demons that have the shortest name of each difficulty? I went through every single demon in the game like this, looking at all the names of every single level to find out which demon levels had the shortest name. So I'm gonna pick one for each difficulty, and you may be thinking, Eric, there's some demon levels that have the exact same number of characters, just one alphabet, you know, like B and R. So how do you decide which one's longer? I'm here to tell you, there's actually a way. So there are two easy demons that only have one character for their entire name. That is X by Triaxis, which I've already beaten, which is a fantastic level, by the way, and N by Pause. Both of these are capital letters, capital X, capital N. Which one's longer? How do you find that out? So if you look here at Notepad, most fonts that are online have characters that take up different levels of space. And for example, Pusab, which is like the Geometry font, is one of these. Each character takes up a different amount of space. It's crazy, with W being the widest. So if we look at the levels X and N and we want to find out which level has the shortest name, well, we can just write the name of the level like 10 times in a row, and whichever string of characters is longer, well, that means the other one's the shortest, right? So if we write out X 10 times in a row, X, 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 ooh, I didn't count that, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now if we write out N 10 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, what do you see? Look closely. Can we zoom in on that? It would seem that N is actually the shorter name because the character for N takes up just a tiny bit less space than X. If you were just to type it out once each, it would be really hard to see. See, it's kind of, you can see it a little bit, but it's kind of hard to see, but you type it out multiple times and then you start to see it a little bit. So with some of these levels that have the same amount of characters, we're going to have to go to trusty old Notepad. We're going to have to find out which ones are shorter. All right, so the easy demon with the shortest name in the game is N by Pause. I know nothing about this level. It's kind of an oldie. Let's see what this is all about. The description just shows like a door opening, like it's gonna, or what? I don't know what it is. N by Pause. I've never played this level. I don't know what we're getting into here. I don't know if it's gonna be sight readable. I don't know if wow. Don't know if we're gonna have to jump into practice. I don't know what's gonna happen. It looks very classically 2.1 though. This old 2.1 aesthetic is pretty sweet. I do gotta say. I do miss it. It absolutely brings me back, you know? It certainly does. Am I gonna, dude, if it's this difficulty throughout the whole thing, I'm certainly gonna be one attempting this. Because this is very sight readable, but I think once it drops, it's gonna get a little crazy. All right, I mean, we're getting pretty, we ain't getting far. You know what? I'm just gonna practice it. Why would I try to sight read it all? Gray skies and good times. Interesting. It's telling a story, dude. Oh, I knew it. I told you guys it was gonna drop hard. And here we go. 4 times speed. Woohoo! Wow, you know, those ship parts are pretty hard. Just hitting those orbs. Boom. Oh, dude, it's funny. Some parts are so easy in the level, and some parts are ridiculous. Holy. Oh, I thought it was dead there. Ha ha! I thought I messed up the wave. I fluked the ending, baby. Let's go. Woo! Well, when did I get a coin? N by Pause, pretty fun, classic old 2.1 level. That was good. Now we get to medium demons. There's actually 4 levels that only have one character in their name. There's B, which a lot of people know of, mega popular level. B by Motley Z by Zizix, which was an old popular level that I've beaten. R by Sub to JCal MGD, not familiar with this level. And H by Starbomb, which I'm also not too familiar with. So which one of these is the shortest? Well, let's go to Notepad. All right, so we got to write these out 10 times each. We'll start with B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, would you look at that? B is shorter than H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as I was writing that, it felt short. So Z, if you line all of these up, you can see that Z is technically the medium demon that has the shortest name in the game. So here we go. We're gonna go beat Z by Zizix, which is a blast of the past. I beat this level like 7 years ago. I beat it in 2016. So Z is part of a series of levels. So first came X and then came Y, which was a remake of X, and then came Z, which was also like a remake of X. And it ended up being like this single alphabet series like XYZ, and they were kind of like a trilogy of levels made by different creators. All really good levels, by the way. So we're playing Z by Zizix, which is another, this is a classic 2.0 level. Let's do one round of practice before we start. Although the level has some slopes that are kind of buggy, especially on 360. So I'm playing on 240 hertz right now. 360 hertz, I think this level is actually impossible. On 240 hertz, it's possible, but kind of like a little bit buggy. Just one part. See, this is the hardest part. Like right here, it's like you got to fly up past these moving objects. I mean, there's quite a lot of room, but it's still like the hardest part skill-wise by sure. It's just this part. Flying up in between the spikes right there and then down through that. It's not that bad, and it's right at the beginning. And then once you get past that, you know, it's fairly chill. But I will say this, it's a really fun level. Guys, if you haven't played this one, highly recommend it, because I think it's a fairly easy medium demon. So this part here is, like, going into this part, you just die on 360 hertz. And then on 240 hertz, this part isn't buggy, but the ball part right there, as you saw, like, they were kind of not lined up. It is a little bit buggy, but there is a way around it. On the slopes, when you first hit them, you need to push the button to get around it, and it's pretty easy to get around it. It's no big deal. So I'll be able to do that. Boom. The ending is really easy. Yeah. Okay, let's go. 7 years ago, I beat this, man. 7 years, dude. And because a little heads up to you guys, a lot of you people don't know this. This happened once in one of my other videos. You're thinking, Eric, you already beat this level. Why are you getting orbs? Well, as it turns out, if you beat a level before orbs were introduced into the game in 2.1, then that means that you didn't get the orbs retroactively. You actually have to, like, oopsies. If you had beaten a level like pre 2.1, then you don't have any of those orbs from the levels you beat, right? You didn't get them. So like when the update dropped for 2.1, like people didn't all of a sudden have just like a ton of orbs, right? So this is one of those levels that I beat in 2.0. I don't have the orbs for this. So I'm at least getting something, right? Oh, yep. Yeah, I didn't hit that. The duel's gonna kill me a few times, but I'm here to accept that. Wow, I was so close to dying. Almost died there too. I jumped so late. I did it though. All right, Z. It's a very consistent level. Like, honestly, I think it's a pretty easy medium demon, and if you haven't beaten it, you should. It's a banger level. It's really fun. It's really intense, but very fair. And there we go. Give me the orbs and the demon key. It was worth repeating this, right? Now, the hard demon was easy because there's only one hard demon that uses one character. And that level is the other level that's in the same series, which is Y by Geomania. Y by Geomania is definitely a step up in difficulty from Z. It's quite hard, but it retains that same kind of like intense theme, fast-paced gameplay, but like very fair and consistent. It's good. but it's definitely pretty hard. So it's the sequel to X by Triaxis, right? 21k objects, my best level so far. Cool. Big thanks to Nullboy for helping a bit. That's cool. It's so classic just seeing these names, you know, Triaxis, Nullboy, Manix, right? This level's gonna take me quite a lot longer than Z. Z only took me a handful of attempts. This one, there's a lot to remember. Boom, because like stuff like that happens. Dude, and like you kind of like fly off the screen a little bit. There's a lot of little moments like that where a lot of times where you're teleporting and stuff and you got to keep track and you got to know like what's coming up. Like it's really hard to sight read when you're teleporting around, right? Some 2.0 levels were awful with the teleports. This level, actually, the teleports, like, they make a lot of sense. So it's not that bad. It's actually quite tastefully used. But you still got to know what's coming up, though. The duel is one of the hardest parts because it has the thing where, like, you got to jump with one, and then while the other cube is falling, you have to jump with the other. And so, like, there's a couple timings that are, like, you know, fairly challenging. But it definitely flows, and it's pretty consistent. And that duel is also pretty challenging here. So, like, the duel parts are the hardest part of the level. And these are the parts I feel like I'm going to die to a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of parts that can kill you. Okay. Well, you know, it's a pretty tough level. Oh, I hit the top. Oh, these levels are fun to play, dude. I was meaning to do Y when it came out way back in the day. But I was really frustrated with it because I wasn't good enough at the game to beat it, right? It's quite a lot easier. And even Z gave me a hard time. But this, like... Dude, I was totally gonna make a video on this 7 years ago, and I practiced it, and I was like, I'm so bad at this, ugh. And I just never ended up doing it. So it's actually pretty awesome being able to come back and like having an excuse to come back and play this level. Got the coin. Ah, I forgot. See, you teleport. I knew I was gonna teleport up there. You freaking. Okay. Wait, what? What do you mean? What? Hey! Are you f***ing kidding me? No, dude, it was so easy. I forgot that it slowed down. No, dude. I finally got there. And that's how I died. This level's, I don't know why this level shouldn't be destroying me, but it's absolutely destroying me. That duel is brutal, son. Oh, man. Jeez, man, the ending is so easy. Yeah. Dude, the duel was wrecking me. Why? Dude, I spent like 20 minutes longer on this level than I needed to. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, that was a toughie. But I'm glad I did it because the level is still quite a banger, even though it was pretty tough to get past that duel. I was so bad at that duel for some reason. It just wasn't clicking with me, but it's not that hard of a duel. It just wasn't clicking with me. Now, here's where things get a little crazy. In the Insane Demon category, there were 7 levels that had 2 characters each. 64, EB, TG, FY, 10, 80, and high. So what do? Well, we go to the trusty notepad. Oh, look at that. 64 is way longer than 10, 10. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which 10 is still shorter than 80. Now let's go high. High is all lowercase though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you look here at this list, it is very clear, and this is what I expected. The level high, because it's not in uppercase letters, which the other levels are, by the way, except for 80 has a lowercase o. High is easily the Insane Demon that has the shortest name in the game. High. And high is a really difficult level, and I've already beaten it, so guess what? We're gonna go and see what past Eric Van Wilderman did. We're gonna do a reaction to Eric Van Wilderman's completion of high. So I was originally gonna do high in the very first set of the Demons of Christmas levels. I used to do this thing every year where I did the 12 Demons of Christmas. I still do it, but I do it differently now. But I used to do it where I did a demon level every day up until Christmas. And so I did like 12 videos. And so I was gonna include it in the first year, and I couldn't. So I had to swap it for a level Decode X. Yeah, I was gonna do it for day number 5, but then this happened. I got 98% on the level, and I just like freaked out. So I was gonna do it for the very first set of the Demons of Christmas, which was all the way in 2018, and then I died to the end of the level, and I went into this mental block, and I just couldn't beat the level. But then I came back to it in next year's 12 Demons of Christmas, and I finally did it.
Cool, that's so tight. Come on, that was just like every time I die there, it's at the very top of the jump. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's like, it's just 1 pixel away from being a good jump.
Just 1 pixel, Eric.
Ooh, man, that's tough.
Just 1 pixel. But then I went and I had no idea that this was going to be the attempt that I actually did. It actually didn't take me that long to do it in next year's 12 Demons of Christmas. I came back and I bossed the level like pretty easily, which was definitely a nice thing to see. Because this level is really hard, and I didn't feel like rebeating it for this video. Like, honestly, there's no way I would have been able to do that in any sort of timely manner. Because it's a pretty hard Insane Demon. For me, anyways. It's one of the tougher Insane Demons that I've completed, and I already have a completion of it. But I tell you what, if I hadn't had completed it... Oh, wow, that's a bit of lag in the video, huh? Yeah. Man, my recording used to not be the best. So, like, if it was a level I hadn't completed before, I certainly would have done it. For sure. But I've already beaten high, so here we are. We're cheesing it. We're just looking at old EVW do it. Classic video. Which is funny, because it doesn't feel that classic to me. It feels like just yesterday. It was like 4 years ago. Oh, yeah, I used to get, like, lag spikes in my video like that, like you saw. So annoying. This end part is really stressful. So the beginning of high is pretty easy, and then, like, on the drop, it gets really hard. And this part looks like there's a lot of space as the ship, but because of, like, the double weight and all the portals, it's so easy to mess that up.
Yes! Oh my god, I can't believe I did it! It only took me 43 minutes today! Holy shit!
Yeah,
my
boy.
heart was about to explode at the end there! Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, I didn't actually beat the actual version of the level. It was on a copyable because there was a 240 hertz bug, but I think Kermal's fixed it in the main level because of that, so... But what about Extreme Demon? What could it be? Well, once again, there are 4 Extreme Demons that have 2 characters each. There's EX by Mr. Spaghetti, EXO by Kermal, No by Metalface, and X0 by Mulpan. So let's go with capital X0 is the one by Mulpan. So we'll write it 5 times. So now we'll do EX. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So EX is shorter than X0 because 0 is a pretty wide number for some reason. And then No, which is capitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So capital O is pretty wide as well. Same with N for some reason. And then we get to XO by Kermal, which is all in lowercase letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can easily see that XO is the Extreme Demon that has the shortest name in the game. Good old XO by Kermal, which is a really hard level. It's crazy. So I'm not going to be doing it because it would take me years to beat this. So let's go check out Aeon's completion of it. Okay, so the song's a little bit quiet on this, so we get to hear Aeon's beautiful clicks. Click, click. You can just hear the precision that this level takes. So this level is, I think Kermal's last level that he's made. He might make more, but this is like the newest one is what I want to say. And it's a very like 1.0 style level that just has this crazy music sync with like this song from a band called XO. And it's really, really hard. It's really difficult. It has like the traditional kind of Kermal quirky gameplay. But from people that have played it, they say they really like it. It's just, it takes a lot of work and it can be quite a stressful level to play. So it's quite the level, you know? It's quite the Extreme Demon. And it's a level that I want to beat someday because I want to beat all of Kermal's rated levels, and Black Blizzard's one of his hardest. And I think there's a couple that are harder than that. Or maybe there's only one that's harder than that. It being this XO. I forget. There might be one more that's harder, but I don't think there is. Like, what's the level called? Low Death? I think it's called Low Death. Yeah, Low Death. I think that level's easier than Black Blizzard, but I'm not too sure. I forget. But either way, my goal is I want to beat all of like Kermal's rated levels at some point, because I've beaten quite a lot of them, you know? Like, I think I've beaten like most of the Insane Demon ones. And I just have a few left, you know? I beat like Rearmed. I've beaten Lit Fuse, right? I've beaten High, that we, you know, just watched. So it's funny that like 2 of Kermal's levels was in this video. That was unplanned, by the way. That was 100% unplanned. All right, look how crazy this level is, dude. But it looks really fun. Like, when you see someone play this level, like, it looks really fun. I haven't played it myself, so I can't really say, but like, it looks fun, and a lot of people do say it is, and some people hate it, but like, it's divided. But that's like all of Kermal's levels. They're always so divided. Like, some people just hate them and some people love them. Like, Lit Fuse is one of my favorite levels in the game. I absolutely love it, and some people don't like it. I think Lit Fuse is an absolute banger of a level. And some people don't like High. I like High. It's stressful, but I like it. Black Blizzard as well. Anyways, yo, GG's down. This was recent too. This was like 4 months ago. Anyways, those are the demons in the game that have the shortest name. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any ideas for what you want to see for a something of each demon difficulty like I've been doing recently, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. So I'm certainly open to suggestions. This one was kind of an... I don't know if it was an interesting one or was just kind of silly. I'm not sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. As always, peace.